What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Johan Lorenzo, and in today's video, we're gonna figure out the big question. Should you pay off all your debt and be debt-free, or should you invest that money instead and get your portfolio on the nearest rocket to the moon as fast as possible? Let's get into the video. The debate on investing versus paying off your debt has been going on for a long time. And throughout the debate, you'll hear people say things like, I'm better off investing my money and making a 10% return a year, and then I'll just use that money to pay off my debt, which is a 7% APR, annual percentage rate. So you make 10% with your investments, you subtract your 7% APR, and you still have a 3% return for yourself. In a perfect world, that would be amazing. And that would be the smartest thing to do. Yup. Invest and make your 10% a year and use that profit to pay off your debt. Boom, done. You did it, figured it out. Only if it was that easy, huh? Well, boy, oh boy, the world we actually live in is very far from perfect, and nothing in the stock market is guaranteed. The stock market can be very unpredictable, and events like the 2008 real estate market crash or a recent event like the Rona situation can happen in the blink of an eye. And your portfolio can drop 30 to 40% like it's a joke. So anyone who's experienced these situations knows the deal. There are no guarantees in the market, but paying off debt does have a guarantee that most people don't even realize. Check this out. The yearly average rate of return in the stock market is 10%, but that doesn't mean you make 10% every year. If in a 2-year span, the stock market makes 0% gain one year, but then makes a 20% gain the next year, you have an average rate of return of 10% over those 2 years. If you put all your money into the stock market that first year, you didn't make any money, and paying that interest on that debt didn't make things any better either, especially when you thought your investments would take care of that tab for you. So here's the answer you've been waiting for. You ready? Drum roll. Pay off your debt. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. Pay off your debt.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That's what I would do. Maybe not all your debt, but definitely pay off the worst of your debt. Let me explain. There are many different factors to consider here, such as what type of debt is it? Is it a credit card debt? Is it a school loan? Is it a car loan? Is it the mortgage on your house? All of those are unique in their own way and have different interest rates. But the main question you have to ask yourself here is, how much does this debt bother me? Think about that for a second. How bad does it affect your peace of mind? Is it something that's keeping you up at night, tossing and turning? Or is it more like, oh yeah, I gotta pay that off sometime? If it's something that's keeping you up at night, ruining your sleep and peace of mind, I say that will probably be the deciding factor in making this decision for you. So what is good debt and what is bad debt? Debt from credit cards, school loans, and even sometimes a car loan are considered bad debt, usually because of their high interest rates. Then you have good debt, or better debt, right? Because debt is not necessarily good, but in certain scenarios, it can actually work in your favor and help you leverage money from the bank to make you more money. Yeah! Such as buying a house. Taking out a home loan usually comes with a very low interest rate, AKA, it is very cheap to borrow money. The cheaper it is to borrow money, the better it is for you because you can use that debt to generate income and build your net worth. Even if it's not a rental property and it's your first home, that house will still appreciate over the years, and you can write off the interest payment every year on your taxes. Especially with every year that goes by, inflation will begin to take care of that debt for you. What I mean by this is the payments you're making now on your mortgage will seem way smaller 10 years down the road. In addition to that benefit, the home you're purchasing will also appreciate in price over the years. If you ever wanted to sell it a few years down the road, you're more than likely gonna get more than what you paid for it. You can still send a few extra payments towards the mortgage and pay off your house faster, but there's definitely no need to rush if you have an interest rate anywhere between 3 and 4%. In this scenario, I would invest the majority of my money and maybe send the mortgage an extra couple $100 every month if I really wanted to pay it off faster. Also, here's a cheat code that many of you might not know about your mortgage. Did you know that if you send your mortgage one extra payment a year and apply it towards the principal every year, you will drastically affect the payoff length of your loan? One extra payment a year will reduce the length of your loan by approximately 5 years. That's definitely something you should look into if you are looking to pay off your home early but still want to invest your money at the same time. If you have credit card debt or school loans, I would pay those off ASAP before investing any money at all, or at least focus the majority of your money to pay those off. If you really can't bear to wait to start investing, I would put 80% towards your debt and 20% towards investing. Let me give you the reason why I think this way. Let's look at this example. Say the debt on your credit card has an APR, annual percentage rate, of 20% and your school loans are 7%. Paying those off would give you a guaranteed total rate of return of 27% on your money. You will no longer be paying that 27% interest rate every year. So it's basically like if you just got a raise at your job. Not only are you saving a ton of money on interest, but the overall payment which you no longer have to make frees up a large portion of your income. And it's also a guaranteed return, whereas with the stock market, the investments you make there are not guaranteed. If your credit card payment is $550 a month and your student loan is $350 a month, that equals a $900 chunk of money you have to dish out every month. Once you pay them off, you will basically raise your monthly income by $900. You will no longer have to send those $900 to your credit cards or your school loan, and you can now use that money to invest. You just guaranteed yourself an extra $900 monthly. And I don't know about you, but where I come from, $900 a month is a lot of money. My dividend portfolio right now is roughly at $130,000, and it generates me about $400 a month of monthly income through dividends. So keeping those $900 to yourself now every month would be the equivalent of having a dividend portfolio larger than $260,000. $900 every month throughout an entire year equals $10,800. That is a good chunk of money you now have to invest. Don't let that FOMO get to you. Pay off your bad debt and guarantee yourself those $900 back in your pocket every single month. Before you know it, you'll be investing those $900 every month and your portfolio will be up to speed, generating you some monthly income. Let's take a look at what $900 monthly turns into with compound interest and an average rate of return of 10%. In a short 5 years, you will have contributed $54,000 and your overall portfolio would be almost at $66,000. If you keep that up for 5 more years, at the end of 10 years, you would have contributed $108,000 and your overall portfolio is sitting above $172,000. That's a $64,000 profit in the span of 10 years by just investing $900 a month. The same $900 you were sending your debt collectors. Paying off your debt will guarantee that pressure is off your shoulders. Whereas if you invested and the market happens to drop or trade sideways for several months, it might force you to make an irrational decision and sell your shares at a loss, because the fear of losing more money along with piling debt will have you on an emotional roller coaster. Once you pay off all bad debt, you're gonna be less stressed. That's a fact. Majority of Americans say most of their stress comes from financial troubles in their household. The pressure of financial stress can affect your overall health and your marriage. Financial stress is the second leading cause to divorce in the United States behind infidelity. Regardless of the decision you make here, it will ultimately improve your financial situation one way or the other. But definitely consider picking the one where it keeps your mind at ease and minimizes your stress on a day-to-day basis. Because yeah, making money is cool and all, but remember this, health is wealth. What good is it doing you to build a portfolio if your mental health and anxiety levels are through the roof because of some debt that's hanging over your head? In my opinion, from my experience, you're way better off attacking that bad debt, like credit cards, student loans, and maybe even that car loan if it's a high interest one. Starting out with a pretty clean slate will just make you an overall better investor because you won't feel like you're walking on eggshells if the market cools off for a bit. You'll be more financially comfortable and not stressed about that huge high interest debt coming after you every month. Now remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just common sense. I hope this video gave you guys a few things to think about and hopefully it gave you some clarity on making your decision. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up for me, guys. It helps the channel out in a major way. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. With all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, peace!